Hello, everyone, and this is again not Madman Dan, but this is Categoric Cow taking Japan's turn in July of 44. Madman Dan asked me to take Japan's turn again, and I did oblige, so here we are. But to start things off, we are actually going to throw it back to Germany's turn. The same turn, the same year, July 44. I did forget to roll for ABGB's advanced mech in Romania when I had attacked. So we're going to roll for that to see if we lose another mech. It hits on a 5 or less. And that's an 11. So, good little start to the turn there. So for Japan, things are looking pretty dire right now, but we are chugging along, going for some Anzac territory. But to start off, we're going to roll for jet fighters and heavy battleships. Ooh, looks like we did not hit on battleships, but we did hit on jet fighters. Unfortunately, I believe that we are out of roundels for Japan, so the Japanese learned the secrets of jet fighters from the Ottomans there. Now for our purchase, we are going for 6 cheap militia in mainland Japan and an infantry for 3 for a total of 9. We did decide that Japan only gets money from its home territory and wartime economy. So 6 for the territory, 3 for wartime, and that's what we ended up with. All right. Now stick with me because this is a lot. First attack is into New South Wales using 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and then from Celebes we are bringing a medium bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll leave him with, I think, two moves left. Either way, he'll be going back to Queensland. Okay. Next up, we have a destroyer and 2 light cruisers. They will be the screening force, 1, 2. And we are dedicating a fighter to that as well. From our carrier in 134. Hopefully I don't mess up this fleet card too bad. 1, 2. I did talk to Hambone, and he is going to submerge after the first round of combat. So that fighter is not needed anyways, but okay. So that is 1 combat. We'll just move these guys down here to this corner so that we know what's going on with what. So I believe that the fighter can't even attack since it can't go on maritime air patrol from that far away. So then the next attack is going to be dedicating the 2 light cruisers and the destroyer as blockading ships. Not sure if that's all, if that gets rolled together. I wouldn't imagine so. Imagine that once the submarines submerge, then they're submerged, but if I'm wrong there, please let me know. And then finally, the Southern Expeditionary Army, I think, is getting picked up by the fleet there in 134. They're moving 1, 2, and they are naval invading Sydney. And with that, we will get 2 heavy cruisers at a 2, 1 battle cruiser at a 3, and 5 battleships at a 4 to bombard. Oh, one more thing. Our strat bomber is moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to strategic bomb that airfield. Spoiler alert, I talked to Hambone about that too, and the fighters were not going to scramble anyways, but putting some extra damage on that hangar if we lose this battle, I don't know if I would call that worth it, but it is what it is. Just looking around the board, believe that is all of our combat movements. So let's get to rolling it. Okay, I went ahead and set up the battle board for us so that I wouldn't get confused to all heck. So we will move us over there. Even if it is just this one battle, I'd still like to keep everything clear for this one. I'm gonna switch this around because trying to read it upside down does not work with me. Okay, so we have defending at a 2 is our militia, Anzac militia. Attacking at a 7 is our medium bomber, and then our infantry will be boosted by our artillery. So artillery will roll first. Let's see if we can get this in the picture well enough. There we go. All right, artillery at a 3, and that is a 2. So hopefully this turn goes a lot better than the last. So New South Wales falls under Japanese control. Next we will do the screening force. The fighter will not participate. And Mr. Hambone has decided to submerge those ships. So we have got a couple of British subs. And they will not have first strike because of our destroyer there. Got our 2 light cruisers and our destroyer. All right. So we'll go ahead and roll for our destroyer first. At 4, that is an 11. That will not cut it. And our 2 light cruisers at a 5, and that is 1 hit. So one will get a shot back and the other will submerge. And that is a 4. So just barely. Does not get a hit in return. You know what? I shouldn't have even rolled this battle because there's not even a combat. Ha! Look at me getting all confused. I knew that would happen. I bet so many of you are at the screen just screaming at me. All right, so let's all collectively pretend that didn't happen. Our fighter's just sitting there chilling. You know what? I forgot to let you know to tell Hambone, but our 2 attack bombers from our carriers are attacking onto that land zone as well from our ships. Okay, so next up we will go ahead and do our strategic bombing. So we'll have 2 D6. Don't remember what the how much damage a hanger can take off the top of my head, but sure it's going to be a lot. That is an 11. That's a lot of damage. So an 11, and the anti-air gun will shoot 1 at 3, and that helps. So that hanger is at max damage, whatever that is. I'm assuming that's max damage. Can't believe it would go more than that. Ports, dockyards, bases. 5. All right. So 5 damage on that airfield. Completely and utterly all but destroyed. All right. And then the scary battle. Scary because of probably the odds, and scary because I'm gonna mess it up somehow. All right, we'll go ahead and leave our, I'll pick everything up from the card. That seems easier. Okay. So 4 transports and 2 destroyers, bringing over a whole bunch of stuff. Lost an infantry, featured carpet, but that is okay. I'll go ahead and set you guys down here. Our 2 attack bombers. Anzac. Is that a tactical bomber? Looks like a different color. Shoot. Is it the Strat bomber? Heck, I don't know. Oh, that's an air transport. Huh. Sweet. So, don't even think he really even gets to participate, but we'll set him down. We got some, that is a jet. That is a jet. A regular fighter. 2, this is on attackers. We're gonna have to get clever here. Okay, fighters, jet fighters. Move the militia over. We have got 3 infantry. Oh, and this is mountainous. Sydney is, so this is really gonna hurt. Maybe. Hopefully not, but maybe. Got artillery. And motorized. All right. And for Japan, Gando, I think, attacks at a 3. Tactical bombers with target select. We have 3, 4, 5 infantry. And we have a couple things that can't even participate until the second round of combat. But luckily, we got a whole bunch of stuff that might just sweeten the pot for us. Okay. So we have 2 tactical bombers, Gando Special Force. Oh, he attacks on a 3, so that'll be down to a 2. Everything else will scale down 1. I'm sure that infantry don't get paired with artillery until artillery actually makes it into the battle, so I think that they will be at 1 until artillery joins in. Okay, so 2 TACs. We got our Gano Special Force, our 5 infantry, and our SNLF. With 2 artillery and a light tank joining in the second round of combat. And we have our 5 battleships bombarding at a 4, battle cruiser at a 3, 2 heavy cruisers at 2s. And then Anzac will have 2 jet fighters at 8, a fighter at 6, motorized at 4, 3 infantry at 4, and a marine at 4, an artillery at 3 with first strike, and then 2 militia and an airborne at 2. As my adversary likes to say, clear as mud. Let's see if I can position this in a way that we can see what the heck is going on. Okay. So first things first. Our 5 battleships at a 5, or at a 4, sorry. 5 battleships at a 4. Ooh, we couldn't ask for anything better. So, Anzac will lose 2 militia and an airborne right off the bat. Sorry if you can hear the singing outside. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, our battle cruiser at a 3. Oh, that is cocked, but that is an 11. And our 2 heavy cruisers at 2s. And a couple of 9s. Well, 3 hits off the bombard. Not too shabby. I have to get a heck of a lot more dice in here. Okay, I'm just gonna move all the ships off the board so that I can keep everything straight. All right. So first up, we have the Anzac artillery at a 3 for strike. Oof. Starting off hot. All right, we'll take off the SNLF. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 4. Two more hits. I don't know if the Gando Special Force is considered, if it's a Marine or not. Guess I should have looked into that before I started the turn. Shoot. Does it have any indicators on there? No, it is a mountain infantry. If it's a mountain infantry, I think it would attack at a 3. Or a 2. Okay, that's what we're going with. We have fighter at a 6 with air superiority. That is a 12. And we have 2 jets also with air superiority. And that is 2 hits. So both of our attack bombers will be gone. And we'll roll for everything else for the, sorry, I did it here. I did it again, rolled all the defenders first, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Okay, so we have our, still have all of our infantry, I believe. That's not for strike. We'll have 3, 4, 5, 6 at 1. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 at 1. And there are no hits. We'll have our Gando Special Force at a 2. And that is a 10. And then we'll have our 2 attack bombers at 7. Oof. Well, that just absolutely sucked. So we will take our 4 infantry, our SNLF, and our 2 attack bombers as casualties. And Hambone takes none. All right. So everything will go down 1, except for our Gando, and our infantry will be boosted to a 2. Except Gando's not at a 3. What am I doing? this sucks. Well, we will just go ahead and do it again. I always forget whether first strike happens in all rounds of combat or in just one round of combat. So give me just 1 second. This must be old because I feel like in the new one it specifically says in the new one, the air superiority only lasts for 1 round. So we'll just go ahead and assume that first strike is still good to go. So we'll roll for our 2 artillery. Brutal. And Anzacs artillery. And of course. So we will take off one of our artillery. Okay. Rolling as normal. We have a boosted infantry and a Gando special force at 2. With our light armor at a 3. That's not going so hot. I don't think that we can retreat from this. Sorry, Dan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 4. And that'll be 1 hit. Take our infantry off. And a 6. A fighter. 11. And 2 8s. That is just absolutely horrible. Okay, we'll lose our Gando Special Force and our artillery. I believe that we're not allowed to retreat. We'll roll first strike for the artillery. That is an 11. And roll for our light armor. An 11. Holy cow. 5 at 4. And that will sufficiently finish off the Japanese amphibious invasion of Sydney, only successfully killing 2 militia and an airborne. So, we will get the Anzac Eastern Fleet. If you saw that mess of ships as I brought them over. Okay, the SEA is no more. And the Eastern Fleet, which is actually the land units that participated in that battle. We'll go back to the battle board. card. That is not what the Axis Powers want. All right. Well, we will move on to non-combats. Our medium bomber used all of its move to get over here, I think, because they both moved 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just double check. Five, boosted to 6 from the long-range aircraft. We do have long-range, right? Yeah. So he moved 4. Only place he can go is Queensland. Our Strat Bomber moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only place he can go is Queensland. The SAF fleet still sitting there off of Sydney in C-Zone 146. We'll land our fighter back on one of those fleet carriers, and I will attempt to put all of our ships back on this card that participated in the amphibious assault. Wow, I'm just rocked by those rolls. Hitting the infantry, only having 1 Marine there. That's what did us. Okay. So that is back to how it should be. And then Calcutta, we will move our Indian National Army into Calcutta from Bengal, along with this infantry from Benares. Let's see, in mainland Japan, we have I don't think that there are any movements that we're doing there. All right, I think that's it for non-combats. So we will go ahead and move on to collecting our income. And as we have pointed out, light carriers cannot blockade. So Japan is not blockaded right now. So they will get, which means that this is not closed, I think. So they will get all of their IPP, which we still need to move 1 up for New South Wales. So we will move up to 25. And I have no idea if this is correct, but Anzac will move down 1. And, place units. So we've got 3 militia going into Tokyo, which we're just gonna chip. That is the GC. Let's see, we have 1 there. Add 3, that'll bring it up to 5, 8, 9, 10 militia in Tokyo. And we will place 3 in, I think that is Honshu. We will place 3 in Honshu, which will bring that up to 3, 4. Let's see. Start at 5, 8. So 8 militia in Honshu. And then, don't worry, I'm chipping them. They're all on an army card because there's no way we're fitting those in there. And then an infantry, which I will chip that as well in Tokyo. So that'll bring that up to 9 infantry. Where did I place these? Right there. Okay. So three militia in Tokyo, 3 militia in Honshu, 1 infantry in Tokyo. We will collect IPP. We have 25, we get +2 for British Malaya. 27, and we'll do wartime economy. All right. Ooh, if we survive, that 10 IPP might do us something. So 27 plus 10, that'll bring us up to 37. Not sure it really will do us any good. I think Japan might be on its last leg with that final colonial army, if you may call it that. But that has been it from me, Categoric Cow, and Japan. I will see you guys as I take my turn as Italy.